to market headline. Through the establishment of an ultra-micro holding consisting of 3 state-owned enterprises, Bank Rakyat Indonesia, Pegadaian, and Permodalan Nasional Madani, the government is targeting to reach 29 million ultra-micro scale businesses by 2024.
The government is targeting to reach 29 million ultra-micro scale businesses by 2024 after establishing an ultra-micro holding. The holding is planned to merge 3 state-owned enterprises. The 3 of them are Pegadaian, Permodalan Nasional Madani or PNM, and Bank Rakyat Indonesia or BRI. Later, BRI will become the parent company of Pegadaian and PNM. Minister of Finance Sri Mulyani Indrawati say that currently the customers of ultra-micro business have reached 15 million. So it is hoped that through holding, it can reach more and more ultra-micro businesses, especially those that have not received formal financial services, and of course through cheaper and more competitive cost of funds. According to the Finance Minister, access to business capital is one of the obstacles faced by most micro, small and medium enterprises, especially for ultra-micro, which contribute 98% to MSMEs in Indonesia. The minister revealed as many as 65% of the 54 million MSMEs in Indonesia have not been served by formal financial institutions. Therefore, it is necessary to increase government-owned financial institutions to able to reach these MSME actors. From all sources, for IDX Channel.
India's viewers, the lack of access to capital is one of the obstacles in developing ultra-micro businesses, and this has also received attention from the government, which is of course followed by the government's plan to facilitate access to capital for ultra-micro businesses and through the establishment of the ultra-micro holding companies. So, which state-owned enterprises are the members of this holding, and how far has the holding process been? And let's discuss it in the following infographic. Through your screen, we can see the establishment of the ultra-micro SOE holding. First of all, the holding members, as I stated before, it's Bank Rakyat Indonesia, Pegadaian, and PNM. PNM is the Permodalan Nasional Madani. And then what are the aims? Here it is through your screen. We can see that the aim is create efficiency and the cost of funds that SOEs involved, and the second one is that the network synergy, and the third one is that the general digitalization synergy among of these SOEs. And yes, the Minister of Finance, Sri Mulyani, is optimistic that the establishment of an ultra holding micro would accelerate the achievement of the National Midterm Development Plan target, namely increasing the ratio of SMEs credit to the total bank credit from 19.75% in 2020 to 22% in 2024. She emphasized that the establishment of an ultra-micro holding would provide a number of benefits. Among others, aims to expand reach, improving services, and empowering communities in the ultra-micro field in a sustainable manner. And in addition, the ultra-micro holding will be able to increase the valuations of the entity by increasing the profitability of BRI, Pegadaian, and also PNM. Then the improved business efficiency through entity synergy and improved good governance, and as well as being considered to be building an organizations based on the environment, social, and also governance. So what is the scheme used for the establishments of this ultra-micro holding? So let's see through the next graphic. Through your screen, we can see the process of establishing an ultra-micro SOE holding. First of all, BRI right issue carried out after receiving directions from Privatizations Committee and recommendations for the Minister of Finance, of course, when in consultations with the House of Representatives. And the second stage is that all of the states B series shares in Pegadaian and PNM will be deposited into BRI in the context of government participations in the BRI's right issue. And then the third step is that after right issue transactions, BRI will own the series of B Pegadaian and PNM shares, and while the Indonesian government still owns the first series of a Dwi-Warna share and the Pegadaian and also PNM. And by this scheme, the government will later take full share by transferring all Series B shares in PNM and Pegadaian to BRI. And to ensure what will be achieved in the holding, the government will implement KPIs and inform the executive committee to monitor holding performance. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives hopes that the establishment of this holding can be accelerated to improve the SMEs ecosystem as well as restore the economy this year. And the government is asked to prepare a true and clear holding roadmap. It not only brings benefits to SMEs, this holding is also believed to bring benefits to its members, especially Pegadaian and PNM. And immediately, let's move on to the next graphic. Here it is. We can see the benefits through your screen. We can see the benefits that gathered from Pegadaian and also PNM. Starting from Pegadaian first, it saves operational costs of up to 400 billion rupiah per year, and then it can target more customers in untouched areas. And the third one is that providing an opportunity for Pegadaian to be able to distribute a super microcredit. And then in the other side, when we talk about PNM, there are also benefits that PNM get. First of all, bringing PNM to the larger ecosystem. And the second one is that able to reduce credit interest rates for its customers. So yes, Permodalan Nasional Madani or PNM welcomes the plan of this holding. And Permodalan Nasional Madani welcomes the plan in establishing this. This holding could bring a larger ecosystem, and one of them is getting credit with low interest. And where so far PNM customers' loan interest rate is kind of high, and then one of them, when I try to say that a credit with low interest, it means that PNM customer loan interest has reached 25% due to high operational costs. So with the existence of this holding, it is hoped that it can reduce the loan interest more significantly. And meanwhile, Pegadaian assessed that the establishment of a holding would be stronger than just ordinary corporations of the synergy. From several collaborations that have carried out so far, Pegadaian admits that many have not run optimally. In the midst of many benefits and hopes of establishing the holding company, it turns out that there are things that cause concern, one of which is related to the employee status. And there's a statement that commitment related to this. Let's see it to the next graphic. Here it is. We can see a quote from Sunarso. He is the President Director of Bank Rakyat Indonesia. He said, broadly speaking, Pegadaian and PNM outlets as well as the people will continue to work as before. There will be no changes. Maybe there will be given opportunity to use wider BRI outlets. And the President Director of Bank Rakyat Indonesia, Sunarso, that I mentioned before, ensured that the establishment of this ultra-micro ecosystem would not affect PNM and Pegadaian outlets, including the employees. Sunarso said that the establishment of this ultra-micro ecosystem would actually keep PNM and Pegadaian focused on their respective business models and also cultures. The establishment of this ultra-micro ecosystem will, in fact, make them both more efficient in terms of cost of funds and operational costs, so that it is beneficial in reducing loan rates, and also for the ultra micro businesses where the interest rates can be reduced in two ways. One, which is excess liquidity for BRI, which is average 150 trillion rupiah each day, and was placed in the money market with a yield of 3%, while Pegadaian and PNM funding resources from the loan instruments were still above 5%. And yes, viewers, so hopefully the establishment of this ultra micro holding will be a better way to develop SMEs in Indonesia, which will certainly contribute to the national economy. Stay with us because market headlines will be right back after this quick break.